Well, hey everybody. Today I'm going to be starting a new video series. I have a rather large collection of boxed Super Famicom games, and some of them I've played, most of them I haven't. But one of the reasons I collect Super Famicom games is because of the box art. So when I can find a copy that is complete in box, I usually snag it up pretty quickly, especially if it's at a reasonable price. So I'm going to start a brand new series, starting with this video today, about boxed Super Famicom games, and we're going to dig into the artwork, both on the box itself and inside the owner's manuals. Emerald Dragon is a 1989 role-playing game developed by Gloidia. It was released for multiple platforms in Japan, including the PC 8801, PC 9801, MSX2, and the X68000. It was later developed for consoles such as the PC Engine Super CD-ROM and the Super Famicom. The game utilizes a top-down overhead perspective, where players move the controllable character in 2 dimensions. As the player moves around in the world, he or she may encounter battles which are turn-based with a time point system. Both movements and attacks sap a bar on the top of the screen, and the character's turn ends when the bar is depleted. As this is a role-playing game, experience points are collected for defeating enemies, which are used to level up playable characters. For the game's main protagonist, stronger attacks are made available through key items collected in the game called Emerald Graces. These transform him into a dragon to unleash a powerful attack, at the cost of reducing his HP when used. Here, of course, is the copy of the game I own. It was complete in box. I bought it on eBay for some price. I don't remember what it was, but it was reasonable, so I bought it. And as most of you know, I am a sucker for Famicom games, Super Famicom games, and JRPGs especially. Came with a copy of the game, which is wrapped in plastic to protect the pins from dust. It also has the owner's manual, which is completely in Japanese. And it had some registration paperwork in there that's, of course, written in Japanese, so I don't know exactly what it is, but it was not uncommon for games from that era to come with, registration paperwork or some sort of additional documentation or safety stuff. I don't know exactly what it is. Having never played this game, I can't really comment on my experience with it, but rather what I'm going to focus on with this video series is the artwork for the box itself and the owner's manual. So let's start with the box art and go from there. Here, of course, is the box itself. You've seen this already. I showed it just a second ago. But on the front, you can see along the top here, or along the side, you've got the name Emerald Dragon, or at least I'm assuming that's what that says along the edge here at the top. There's Emerald Dragon there in English. It's got a little emblem. Then you've got what looks like, or what I'm assuming is the main protagonist there in profile. Wraps around the spine here, where again you've got Emerald Dragon written along the side, and then some sort of secondary character that's again in profile. You've got, of course, Super Famicom and the artwork there along the side, again with the Emerald Dragon logo and that little emblem there. And then on the top, you've pretty much got that same thing. So that's the exterior of the box, and I gotta say, compared to most North American Super Nintendo games, this takes the cake. This is a hell of a lot better than the generic kind of cookie cutter, I guess for lack of a better term, box art that we got here in North America. That we always had the little black bar going along the side, then you usually had a smaller image in there, and yeah, just the Japanese stuff was so much better. Now we get high tech. I'm going to take some images from inside the owner's manual that I took on my phone, and I'm going to overlay them, and we're going to talk about them. But yeah, I had to use my phone because, well, I don't have a scanner, so let's get high tech. Up first, we have a scan of the owner's manual, the front cover of the owner's manual. You can see, again, I'm assuming, main character and a secondary character back to back in profile. It's the same image we saw wrapped around the box art itself. The artwork on this is absolutely gorgeous and reminds me of something you might see in kind of an 90s or early 2000s anime series. This next image is taken from the page opposite the inside of the front cover. This is, again, a picture of what looks like the two main characters set up in some sort of an action sequence. You've got a dragon in the background. Again, very reminiscent of something you might see in an anime from the same era. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the artwork you saw in the game Alundra. But again, really well done, really beautiful, and I can't help it. I love the artwork that you oftentimes found in the owner's manuals for these old games. There's also a 2-page spread that has a map of the entire world. Again, it's super high-tech, so that's why it looks so good. Fortunately, I also can't read the names of the places because they're all in Japanese, so this world map is pretty much going to be useless to me when I do finally get around to playing this one. But I always appreciate it when they include a world map. This game also boasts live voice system, whatever that is. So far, the only live voice system I have detected is when you first fire up the game, make it through the cutscene, and you see the title screen. You're greeted with this. Emerald Dragon. I gotta admit, that's pretty freaking cool. And of course, any owner's manual worth its salt is also going to include portraits of our main heroes. Look at them. They look cool. Well, there you have it. There is a physical look at the Super Famicom game, Emerald Dragon. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more of these, I literally have a bookshelf full of boxed Super Famicom games that includes the game and, of course, the owner's manuals. So, leave comments below and I'll get around to making more of these eventually. Have a great day.